scary videos. Welcome to Creepy Fridays, guys. Enjoy and like and subscribe. And my non-subscribers that are watching my videos, please subscribe. Thank you.
Ants.
Holy, what the hell is that?
These entities stalk us from the shadows, and if you're unlucky, you might see them too. A trail camera in the Appalachian Mountain caught a creature that is hard to believe even exists. It was drinking water, but the features are very shocking. Its mouth was shaped like a beak, its eyes were glowing, and its ears were short but pointy. The head wasn't of a land animal for sure, but the body was, which makes it so strange. Long humanoid limbs with hands and feet that were too large to be a human's feet and hands. This clearly wasn't a costume, as the skin's texture and features were too sharp and clear. There was also hair at the back of its head, on its neck, but the rest of its body was hairless. I didn't notice it at first, and upon replaying for a closer look, did I spot two large fly-like wings on its back. The footage was cut short during editing, so we don't know what happened next. Bone-chilling encounter. In this unsettling clip, a man saw someone in the distance repeatedly striking the ground. So, for his safety, he started to record. But what happened next remains a mystery, and the man is still missing. He came across a woman who was angrily digging at the ground somewhere in Ohio. He kept his distance, but unfortunately had to cross her because his apartment was just around the corner. The mysterious woman kept ignoring him, and he kept recording her for his safety, when suddenly, she stopped and stared directly at him. The screams also stopped, and when he turned around, she was right in front of him. He didn't hear her approach him. She was just there now. Mysteriously, the video ends right there, and this phone was found by one of the residents who later called 911. So what do you think happened to him? And who was this woman?
She got someone who's got a mental asylum.
Mysterious creature. Some locals in Kampong, Malaysia, found one of the creepiest creatures crouching on the riverbank. It was pale with long, slender limbs, but the truly terrifying part was its head. It was flat and smooth, with no face at all. No one understood how it had even ended up on that riverbank. It kept splashing water with its hand, like it had never seen it before. And that made them more mysterious about its origin. Whatever it was, no one dared to get close. And just before sunset, the creature vanished on its own. Sadr caught on cam. Seeing this video is scary enough, but after hearing the story, you'll be absolutely terrified. A truck driver had found a phone lying on the roadside and found this creepy video. The cameraman had recorded a strange creature with a humanoid upper body and white skin. Its long, dark hair covered part of its face. The lower half was even creepier, because it had hooves. Turns out, this was a satyr. Suddenly, the creature lurched forward with its mouth wide open. It had sharp teeth that could munch on bones. Then the video ended abruptly, and when the driver tried to find the owner, he learned the man had gone missing on the same day this was recorded. Entity haunts man. These two incidents happened to the same person, just 2 days apart, and the ending is the most horrifying part. Recorded in an unknown village of Vietnam, a man was sitting outside on a makeshift bed when he felt someone shaking his bed. He started recording for safety, and when the camera pointed below the bed, a terrifying face emerged from underneath. It was completely red, with dark hair, but its eyes were very unsettling. They didn't look real at all, yet it was staring at the man. He ran away back into his house, and just 2 days later, something else happened. After hearing someone calling his name, he went to check around. He was supposed to be alone, but the voice was of his mother. Just as he looked inside the guest bathroom, he encountered a creepy face tilted to its side, waiting for him. Its eyes reflected the camera's flash, and its long hair fell down, which only made it creepier. So he immediately ran out of his room and called the police, but they found no one inside. Both these incidents remain unexplained. Uechuge sighting.
Level up your game night. Get paid to play games. Go to TestaUp and choose a game to play.
Uechuge sighting. In the Appalachian Mountains, ethologists had set up a capture camera to record the activity of black bears and elk, but instead, they recorded something unbelievable and truly nightmarish. A tall creature stepped into view. Its head was just like a reindeer. However, that's where the normal characteristics ended. Its limbs were far too long for any deer-like animal, and its arms hung so low they reached below its knees. It walked upright like a person with a really strange gait. As it walked out of the frame, the researchers weren't just confused, but terrified as well, because the creature looked like a Uechuga, which is often confused with a Wendigo. Filthy creature. This strange creature was caught on the side of the road in Montana, USA, few days ago. In the video, the creature can be seen moving in a very weird manner. It looked like a starfish, but its skin was dark with yellow markings on its 7 limbs. The person recording noticed it while she was driving, and as she got close, the creature started moving. The creepiest moment happened when it got up on its 2 limbs and lunged at the woman, revealing its yellowish-green underbelly. It looked horrible up close, and then it ran in the opposite direction before camouflaging itself with the dark, dirty water. Since it happened in Great Falls, near Sun River, people believe it was an unidentified aquatic anomaly. Missouri Chupacabra. A security camera captured a mythical beast that was trying to prey on the rabbits. This encounter happened just 3 miles from Mumford, where another sighting had happened earlier. It had a long snout, glowing predatory eyes, and it really wanted to feast on those animals. Unfortunately for it, the owner had recently bought a German Shepherd, because after hearing about what was caught in Springfield just 3 weeks earlier, they installed cameras too. The dog protected the rabbits from this beast, and later scared it away. Haunting customer. In this unsettling video, a woman can be seen making food, but her customer was not a human being. It was recorded somewhere in Malaysia at around 10:30 p.m. as she was about to close for the night. But an unknown creepy being showed up with disheveled dark hair, unidentifiable facial features, and dirty white gown. This woman had no choice but to serve this haunting customer, so as to not make it angry. Netizens said it was a churrail. However, churrails are more common in places like India or Pakistan. In Malaysia, they aren't really seen. So who was this creepy customer?
Good God knows, but I wouldn't be standing there serving it with nothing. I'd be
Headless figure.
its head off.
A normal road drive turned into fear when a driver noticed something wrong ahead. A human-shaped figure moved along the road, but one detail made no sense. It had no head. The driver did not slow down or try to understand it. He drove away immediately, his hands shaking as he left the area behind. People from the town said this sight had appeared many times before. According to local stories, the figure was once a night guard from the 1920s who never left the road where he worked. New Frogman footage. On December 30th, 2025, a shocking clip began circulating online that had people talking everywhere. The video was filmed in the La Libertad neighborhood of Huejotzingo, Puebla, Mexico, a quiet place where nothing unusual ever happens. In the footage, a strange creature perched on a rooftop in the early evening. At first, all you could make out was a dark, furry shape in the shadows. But as the camera got closer, the figure became clearer. It stood upright, like a person with long limbs. The creature's body was much similar to that of a frog, but unlike a frog, this was humanoid. People in the background can be heard reacting in real time, and some viewers online have called it a new cryptid encounter. Scary footage. While trying to go down the water slide, the camera person heard creepy sounds that were gradually getting louder, as if someone was wailing up the slide towards him. He remained at his spot when suddenly this happened. A pale, completely white creature rushed towards the person. Its eyes were dark and eerily black, like there were no eyes in its head. It also had medium-length dark hair that was wet due to the water, but the way it ran up the slide towards the camera person shouldn't have been possible. It looked totally unbothered by the pressure. As the person tried to get away from this scary creature, it got closer and managed to knock down the phone. Although it happened in the middle of the slide, the person managed to escape, and their phone was found at the end of the slide, with no sign of this creature. Spider deer.
Holy, what the hell is that?
Just a few days ago, hikers in the George Washington National Forest near Charlottesville, Virginia, captured something truly unsettling. In the foggy woods, a strange creature appeared. Its legs were long, thin, and bent in ways no normal animal could be, and it had more than 4 legs, like a spider deer. The details on this video haven't yet been confirmed, and it's possible this deer either had some genetic mutation or maybe some other condition that is still unknown.
Easy. Oh, hey. Whoa, wait.
Oh, maybe.
Tall creature encounter.
Experimenting on things that they shouldn't. And on wings as well.
A group of friends walking through a forest noticed a tall figure standing not far away. The creature's unusual height, creepy face, and long teeth immediately drew their attention. They managed to film it for a short moment before it disappeared. Some compared it to Sasquatch legends, but nothing matched fully. The forest kept its secret, leaving the sighting unexplained.
If you need full dentures but can't deal with the endless expensive dentist visits, you need to see this. I used to hide my mouth.
Unexplained. Farm beast. Captured by a trail camera in Austin, Texas, a farmer had to run to his farm at 11:43 p.m. to save one of his cattle from becoming a prey. A canine-like beast had one of the sheeps in its jaw, and it looked like the sheep was trying to save itself, but that wasn't the case. The creature was so powerful that it managed to lift an entire 300-pound sheep using its jaw and hind legs only. This mysterious thin beast with a bony back managed to confuse the dog before jumping away in a flash. It was absolutely impossible for a creature to behave in such a way. No 4-legged canine creature can just lift an entire animal, face off a mature dog, and then jump away like it weighed nothing. It then darted off the farm when it saw the farmer approaching. But by the time the farmer got there, it had disappeared, and luckily for him, the sheep and the dog were both fine. Forest stalker. A group of Japanese tourists was exploring a quiet forest when they saw something that stopped them in their tracks. Between the trees, a huge furry creature moved slowly, unlike any bear or animal they had ever seen. Its size and shape were completely wrong for the forest. Heart racing, they pulled out their cameras, capturing every second of the encounter. The group left the woods stunned, knowing they had witnessed something absolutely terrifying.
Sasquatch.
Flying unicorn spotted.
Oh my god, it's a unicorn!
I can't believe this, it's real!
While flying low over a dense forest surrounded by endless green trees, a tourist looked down into a small open clearing and saw something that didn't make sense. Standing alone in the middle of the clearing was a pure white creature. It had a horn and wings, while being completely white. The mythical creature's colors were more visible due to the location, and it stood out like a sore thumb. The helicopter slowed as the tourist watched in disbelief, trying to process what his eyes were seeing. Then the creature spread its wings and lifted off the ground, rising into the air before disappearing above the trees.
No way it's gonna fly! Oh my god, look at that!
Dark figure.
That was mental.
Staff at a convenience store were live streaming a dance after finishing a night shift. Later, while reviewing the CCTV footage, something disturbing appeared. A dark, robed figure stood in the background, silently watching the staff. The store had been closed. No customers were inside. The appearance of the figure quickly turned the location into a local legend. People began claiming the store was haunted, with the unsettling presence remaining unexplained. Glowing eyes. A group of friends walked near open fields when they noticed something standing ahead of them. A furry figure stood still, showing no fear at all. Its eyes glowed in the dark, locked directly onto them. The group stopped and kept their distance. No one spoke. The creature did not move, chase, or run. It just watched. Even after they left, none of them could forget the way it stood there, silent and unafraid. Griffin in Texas.
Alright, call ready? And go!
This video is really unbelievable. Captured on a farm in Texas, a man had a griffin running around in the field next to him. It had wings and was completely black. The texture and the movement all seemed so realistic that the creature can clearly be seen running around, leaving marks on the ground. What was more perplexing was that it didn't look fully mature. Perhaps it was a young griffin, which can only mean one thing: that there are more, and this was likely an offspring.
Attaboy.
Mysterious man. An American tourist visited Taiwan and experienced something that stayed with him. While shopping, he noticed a man standing close by, holding something in his hands. The tourist used his camera to zoom in. That was when he realized the man had no head. Cars passed straight through the figure without stopping. No one nearby reacted or seemed concerned. Later, the tourist learned this figure was part of an old local legend, a headless presence known to appear in markets and roads. It never approached anyone, which explained why people ignored it. The sight followed the tourist home, and he never returned.
In just 3 minutes, whether you have a full set of teeth, are missing a few, or have none at all.
Home, and he never returned. Creepy Uber passenger. In America, an Uber driver picked up a woman while the car camera recorded the ride. During the trip, the woman's behavior changed. Her face twisted into disturbing shapes, and her eyes rolled back. The driver believed something had taken control of her body. The footage ended without answers. After that night, neither the passenger nor the driver appeared again. The recording was the only proof that the ride ever happened. Scary stall girl. At a busy street food stall, a video captured a girl standing beside the vendor, seemingly waiting for her order. At first, everything seemed normal. Then her face twisted in ways that did not look human. It wasn't a mask, and it wasn't playful. The sudden, unnatural change left viewers shaken, with some suggesting something darker, even possession, might have been at work. Delivery gone wrong. On a routine night, a courier driver received an order of fried chicken, and he was waiting for the girl who ordered it at the given location. After waiting for 5 minutes, the woman dressed in white arrived, took her parcel, and left the driver scared because she had nothing on her neck. Terrified, he handed over the parcel and quickly sped away without even taking the payment. That night, the driver decided he would never work the night shift again. Unknown creature.
Olha, pessoal! Parece cavalinho!
A strange moment captured on camera left viewers questioning what they had seen. A mysterious creature emerged from a lower area and suddenly sprinted across an empty field. Its body shape was confusing. Some guessed a chupacabra. Others thought it looked like a mutant horse. The man filming was visibly shocked, and because the clip was brief, the creature's true identity remains unknown.
Cavalinho pequenininho! Aqui dentro da minha granja!
Creature inside house.
I rebuke it in the name of the Lord.
A woman noticed something moving inside her home that did not belong there. She raised her voice and demanded it leave in the name of Jesus. The creature moved through the room, passing right by her cats. The animals froze and did not react. It made no sound and showed no emotion, but its shape and movement felt wrong. The woman stood still as it left her sight. Whatever it was, it did not behave like any animal she had ever seen.
Get the hell out of my house. In Jesus' name, I pray.
Mysterious shadow. Five years ago, on the 9th of June, a man went live on Facebook around 1 in the morning to talk about a terrifying encounter. He sat in the dark, explaining what he believed was a werewolf or dogman sighting. While he was speaking, a tall shadow suddenly rushed across the background. It moved fast and looked much larger than any person or animal. The man noticed it immediately. He panicked, rushed to close the door, and his voice changed in fear. The live video ended shortly after, leaving viewers shaken by what crossed the screen.
This is the exact spot that I just...
Midnight Predator. Late at night, a woman went to check her farm after hearing strange noises coming from the fields. She moved carefully, trying not to alert whatever was out there. Then she saw it, a strange creature holding one of her sheep. For a few tense seconds, it stayed completely focused on the animal, unaware it was being watched. Suddenly, it noticed her. In an instant, it darted into the shadows, disappearing into the darkness. The sheep was surprisingly fine as she got there in time, but she has never truly recovered from that sight. Horror of Appalachian. This terrifying footage comes from a British camper visiting the Appalachian Mountains. Her camera shakes as she fights to stay calm, barely holding back a scream. In the shaky frame, a strange creature sits low to the ground, its shape unnatural and tense. Cat-like ears poke out, and the stillness of the creature makes it feel like it's aware of her gaze, almost waiting. Every second of the encounter is chilling, and the camper's fear is impossible to ignore. Horned monster. Deep in the woods, a camera captured something that didn't belong. A strange animal moved slowly between the trees. Its body was long and snake-like, but what made it truly terrifying were its glowing eyes and curved horns, cutting through the darkness. Nothing about it matched any known creature. This wasn't a quick glimpse. It was clear enough to make anyone stop and wonder what really lurks in the forest, turning the quiet woods into a place that suddenly felt alive and dangerous. Actual werewolf?
If you live in England and you're between 50 and 80, there's a chance you could get approved.
Wolf? A trail camera in a remote forest picked up something that shocked even the authorities. A figure moved near the camera, unlike any animal anyone had ever seen. Its shape closely matched the werewolves described in old legends. But the creepier part? It was seen again later, in broad daylight, moving calmly through the same woods. Slow, deliberate movement suggested it wasn't scared of humans. Or maybe it wasn't human at all. Humanoid cryptid. A group of friends had settled in for a quiet night of camping when something caught their attention beyond the firelight. A small humanoid figure stood there, its head shaped strangely, unlike anything they had seen. It didn't run, but moved in short, quick jumps, making odd gestures as if trying to communicate. Before anyone could react, it vanished into the darkness. When the footage went online, it spread fast, leaving viewers debating. Was it an unknown species, or something far more unsettling hiding in the wild? Massive beast. It was late at night, and the road was empty, quiet enough to hear your own heartbeat. Then, out of nowhere, the headlights caught it. A massive, hairy figure stepping onto the road. The driver slammed on the brakes, eyes wide, as it disappeared into the trees almost instantly. For a long time, he tried to make sense of what he'd seen, since it was way too big to be any normal animal. Whatever crossed his path that night wasn't something he wanted to meet again. Dragon remains. Found? Were the remains of an actual dragon caught on camera? The video shows a deceased dragon lying on the ground and looks incredibly real, especially if you consider its legs with sharp claws and a spiky tail. But the person doesn't stop there and reveals the dragon's massive but damaged wings, like it had a battle with a human, or worse, another bigger dragon. This mythical beast was caught somewhere in West Asia, where there have been other incidents. Its front paws were much bigger in size, and even had horns on its head. But if this is fake, then someone definitely did their homework. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Wingest monster in sky. If someone told you a huge dragon was flying through the sky, you'd probably laugh. But in China, witnesses say it really happened, and they caught it on camera. A massive dragon was seen flying in the air. From the clouds above, a strange light shone down, almost as if it was holding the creature aloft. People stared, frozen, as it slowly moved across the sky. And then, just as silently as it appeared, it vanished back into the clouds. For those who saw it, the moment felt eternal and impossible to forget. Unexplainable footage. For this delivery person, the day started like any other, but when he reached the door, reality twisted. Standing there wasn't a person. It was a dog, tall as a human, dressed in human clothes, calm and composed. Without hesitation, it took the package, like this was completely normal. Every instinct screamed danger. The creature moved like a shapeshifter, caught between forms, yet somehow finishing its task. The courier ran, heart hammering, knowing he had just witnessed something no one should ever see. Manananggal horror. Late at night in Indonesia, a man slept peacefully until a noise pulled him from bed. Outside, clinging to the wall, was a terrifying humanoid. Its wings stretched like a nightmare, its face twisted, and an eerie laugh filled the yard. Frozen in fear, he realized he was staring at a Manananggal, a creature from local legend. That night, the ordinary world disappeared. Nothing would ever feel safe again. Remains of a dragon? Back in 2011, a village in China made a discovery that shook locals to their core. Hidden away, they found a massive skeleton, huge, horned, and perfectly preserved, looking just like the dragons from old legends. No one knew how old it was, but it didn't seem ancient. Authorities quickly arrived, removed the remains, and then silence. No updates, no explanations. The quiet that followed made the discovery even more chilling, leaving everyone to wonder what had really been unearthed. Hooved visitor. In Sana'a, Yemen, a store owner was closing late at night, soft, holy verses playing in the background. Suddenly, a woman in black robes appeared, claiming to be an angel. But when he looked down, his blood ran cold. Her feet were horse hooves, not human. Convinced it was a jinn, he realized it had stayed away only because of the holy verses. Was it really an angel, or something far darker pretending to be one? The footage exists, but the truth remains unknown. But you can share your thoughts in the comments below.
This is not an ordinary rifle, but a mechanical folding slingshot that can instantly transform you into a marksman. It has rifle-grade accuracy, with a 99.5 hit rate within 200 meters and the power to instantly penetrate 1-ton steel plates. Equipped with a 4x high-definition scope and special laser locking system, the slingshot can hit accurately even from 100 meters away. Instantly experience the thrill of hitting 100 times. Using the revolutionary mechanical lever structure. No effort to stretch the rubber band. Just pull the trigger to release 70-strong rubber band.
Unknown bus passenger. A late-night bus in Delhi, India seemed ordinary until the end of the route. All the passengers stepped off, except one woman. She sat silently, fully covered, refusing to respond when asked to leave. That's when the driver and conductor noticed the impossible. She had no face, no eyes, no nose, no features, just a blank emptiness. Paralyzed with fear, they abandoned the bus. By morning, the woman was gone, leaving no trace. Whatever had ridden that bus that night wasn't human, and it had left on its own terms. Witch in the sky. In Mexico, the mountains were still and quiet, the kind of silence that makes you notice every rustle of wind. Then, out of nowhere, something appeared in the sky. A figure glided effortlessly, riding what looked unmistakably like a broomstick. Witnesses could hardly believe their eyes, frozen in place as it moved with unnatural grace. Some claimed it was powered purely by dark magic, defying everything that made sense. No video could ever fully capture the fear of witnessing it firsthand. Glowing bird. Over Dallas, Texas, a strange bird appeared in the night sky, catching the attention of everyone below. Its wings emitted a soft but eerie glow, clearly unlike any natural creature. People argued over what they were seeing. Some insisted it was a trick of the light, while others whispered about shapeshifters or beings from another world. Before anyone could get closer, the bird vanished just as suddenly as it appeared. The night felt altered, almost heavier, as though something unseen had passed above and left the air charged with a strange, lingering fear. Shadow Flyer. A shadowy figure was recorded soaring across the sky, and no one who witnessed it could explain what they were seeing. Its body was dark, almost fluid, with wing-like flaps stretching from each side, and 3 sharp, pointed ends jutting outward. Every motion was deliberate, controlled, and unnerving, as if it ignored the natural rules that govern flight. Those who watched it felt an inexplicable chill, a sense that something ancient and powerful had passed over them. That day, the sky was no longer empty. It was haunted, and the memory of that shadow lingering overhead would stay with everyone who saw it for the rest of their lives. Hunted by cryptid. This man from Nigeria had gone to travel through the Akure Forest Reserve, an area so rich in life that he had no idea what kind of entity he would encounter there. He'd spotted a creepy figure earlier, which is why he began running away. His heart raced as he ran, and little did know, danger was right at his tail. The entity that he'd seen earlier was now chasing him. It was a pale humanoid with slender limbs, and its face was full of evil intentions, as if it saw the man as a meal. Lucky for him, he did not end up as one and outran it, because his will to survive was stronger than the creature's hunger. Creepy crawlies. An entire family of creepy crawlers was found outside the home in Armadale, Australia on the 16th of November this year. There were at least a dozen of these strange creatures on the front porch, and their bodies were completely black with white spikes coming out of their entire body, similar to a porcupine. But their faces and how they were moving truly unnerved people online. Since it's Australia, it had to be real. But what were these? Let me know in the comments if you know what these creepy crawlers were. Furry creature. This clip shared by a woman went viral because of how strange it looked. In the video, a dark, furry creature stands in a poorly lit area. The shadows hide most of its body, but what little can be seen makes it look wrong. Its face doesn't resemble any dog or animal people would normally expect. Viewers couldn't stop talking about it. Some said it looked like a chupacabra, while others weren't sure what to make of it at all. Today's subscribers' pick of the day. On December 22nd, 2025, a man was riding his bike home through the quiet village of Bon Phai, Thailand, when something made him freeze. Up ahead on the empty road, a strange humanoid figure was walking in front of him. He stopped and took out his phone to record what he was seeing. The figure wore old, torn clothes and had long, greasy hair hanging down its back. But what really unsettled him were its hands, long, twisted, and warped in a way no human could ever survive. Then it turned around, and its eyes were black and terrible.
Easily wear it in just 1 second. Achieve the healthy